Do you think that the president was very clear on when and how he'll allow this media blackout to stop on the border? And how important is it for the media to get down there?
Well, no, he wasn't clear at all. And when he says we're going to wait until I'm able to implement what I'm trying to implement, that tells you that you may never get press into the facilities. And it also means that he's trying to cover up what's happening there, which is just a horrible humanitarian crisis. That's what's going on. And it is vital that the press get there. Believe me, the press was there under President Trump and under Obama and under Clinton. They've been there when there's been issues like this going on. It's important. The American people need to know how serious this crisis is. And if there's this media blackout by the White House until he's able to clean up the mess, which it may be a long, long time before the American people understand the extent of the humanitarian damage that's been done here.
Yeah, well, Congressman Biggs, to your point, and in that last soundbite, President Biden mentioned that he will let the press in when he's in a position to do anything about it. It was my understanding that the President of the United States actually was in a pretty strong position to do something about border security. Your thoughts on that statement?
Well, he's responsible for the current crisis because the previous occupant of the White House, Donald Trump, actually instituted policies that slowed down the flow from 2019 and made this a pretty quiescent border for the last 2.5 years. But when he came in, President Biden basically rescinded those policies. And the other thing he said, don't forget, he said this yesterday, Mexico's not taking these people back. He basically said he didn't know why. The reason why is because he eliminated the Remain in Mexico policy. So when he says that, it's so disingenuous, you can't even believe it.
Yeah, even the president of Mexico says that his border policy is a disaster for their country and ours. The other thing he said is that, you know what, they're coming over here. The surge at the border is because I'm a nice guy. Listen to this.
Well, look, I guess I should be flattered. People are coming because I'm the nice guy. That's the reason why it's happening. That I'm a decent man, or however it's phrased. That, that's why they're coming, because Biden's a good guy.
Yeah, okay. So, Congressman Biggs, you were down at the border. You saw it firsthand. I don't know if you had an opportunity to speak to anyone, but some of the media has. And we heard time and time again from them that they were coming because Biden had invited them, because they knew that he had a lax policy at the border, that was the issue. And then, if you recall, during the actual campaign and some of the debates, he said he called for a surge at the border. He used those words.
No, he's the guy. If he wants to stop this inhumane Biden border crisis, what he needs to do is stand up and tell these people, go home. We're not going to let you in, and we're not going to parole you in. But they're not doing that. They're actually trying to recruit people and parole them in. The cartels are advertising. NGOs funded by the U.S. government are advertising down there. And I'll just tell you, the officials that I've talked to, folks along the border that I'm talking to on a regular basis, they've never seen anything like this. And that's why they're showing up in Biden T-shirts. They're waving Biden flags. And it seems to be pretty universal from the agents I'm talking to that these folks that are coming up, they're saying, yeah, we thought we would get free passage in because that was Biden's campaign rhetoric, and that was what he said since he got elected.
Yeah, you mentioned the agents. They must feel absolutely under siege, all the good work that they've done over the last 4 years, to see what's happened now. What's it like talking to those agents regarding their feeling about the situation?
Well, the ones I talk to actually have a pretty low morale right now. Yeah. That's really where it is. They're committed to this border. They understand the necessity of securing the border, and this administration is flat out undermining them and wants an open border policy. So the morale is not good, at least in the agents that I talk to.
Yeah, I want to get your reaction to Senator Ted Cruz down at the border with 18 other senators calling out President Biden's response to the crisis. Listen to this.
It's a public health crisis. The illegal immigrants who are being released, they're testing positive for COVID-19 at a 7 times higher rate than the American population. And it's a national security crisis. And it's time for the Biden administration to put an end to it.
And you added to that, you said humanitarian crisis as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And there are some things that they could do to bring this under control actually fairly quickly. But you can't do what they did, dismantling the policies that have brought it under control, and then say, hey, we don't know why this is happening. It's your rhetoric. It's your policies. It's dismantling the policies that worked. It's stopping the fence. It's basically putting out a vacancy sign for people all over the world, particularly from the Mexico on down into South America, Central and South America.
Have you received any signals from the White House that you'll be invited there, or any type of a meeting with either President Biden or Vice President Harris? I know he mentioned in his press conference yesterday that he'd reached out on other issues to Republican congressmen. Any signal at all?
No, Andrew, I got to tell you, I have written multiple letters to this administration, joined by colleagues. We've requested information, meetings, et cetera. I have heard nothing back from this administration.
Yeah, but yet he's blaming Republicans for the lack of unity across the country right now. Congressman Biggs, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, as always.
Thanks, Heather and Andrew.